All right, welcome back. Today we are diving into two absolute titans of strategy, Sun Tzu's The Art of War and Miyamoto Musashi's The Book of Five Rings. Now, these are maybe two of the most important books ever written about conflict, but you'll see they're playing two totally different games. And that brings us to this awesome question I found on Reddit, which really gets to the heart of it. Why is it that Sun Tzu's advice feels so straightforward, so applicable, while Musashi's can feel a lot more complex, almost, cryptic? It's a fantastic question, and to answer it, we have to step into the completely different worlds these two men were writing for. Okay, so to really get to the bottom of this, we've got to start with Sun Tzu. His whole philosophy isn't really about the fight itself. It's about the grand strategy, the big picture stuff that happens way before anyone even thinks about drawing a weapon. We have to start thinking like a general.
And this quote right here, it tells you everything you need to know about his ultimate goal. It's not about winning the battle, it's about crushing the enemy's will to fight so completely that the actual battle, it doesn't even need to happen. It's all about outthinking your opponent, not just outfighting them.
And here's the really crucial part. It's all about scale. The Art of War isn't a handbook for a single soldier. It's a blueprint for a general, a king, maybe even a modern CEO. We're talking about the level of entire nations and massive armies. That's a huge contrast to Musashi's world, which is all about that intimate, deadly space between two people with swords. So to manage that massive scale, Sun Tzu gives us this super clear analytical framework. He says that before you do anything, you have to weigh these 5 factors. The moral law, which is basically, are your people united with you? Heaven, which means things like timing and weather. Earth, the literal ground you're fighting on. The commander, meaning your own leadership skills. And finally, method and discipline, your logistics and organization. It's basically a complete strategic checklist. And that just perfectly sums up his whole philosophy. The war is already won or lost before a single soldier moves. Victory doesn't come from bravery on the field. It comes from careful, meticulous planning, from crunching the numbers on those 5 factors and knowing the outcome before you even begin. And this planning, it's not just some abstract idea. Sun Tzu gives you a literal checklist for what victory looks like. I mean, look at this. It's practically a guide for modern management, right? Every point is a crystal clear principle. Know your timing, understand your resources, build team morale, prepare like crazy, and make sure you have the freedom to actually do your job. It's a system for controlling everything outside of yourself, which is exactly why it feels so clear. Musashi's system, as we'll see, is all about internal control. This has got to be his most famous line, and for a really good reason. It is the ultimate summary of everything he teaches. All the planning, all the factors, all the deception, it all comes down to this one simple, powerful idea. Perfect intelligence about your opponent and ruthless honesty about yourself. Okay, so if winning is all about this prep work and knowing everything, then what's the ultimate weapon? How do you actually win without even fighting? Well, it's not a bigger army, and it's definitely not a sharper sword. It's something way more subtle, something that happens entirely inside your enemy's head. Deception. That's it. The ultimate weapon is your ability to completely shape your enemy's perception of reality. You make them see what you want them to see, believe what you want them to believe, and do what you want them to do, all while they think it's their own idea. And here's how you do it. It's all about creating illusions. When you're ready to strike, you act weak. When you're right on their doorstep, you make them think you're miles away. You dangle something shiny to lure them into a trap. The entire strategy is just psychological warfare on a massive, grand scale. So, we've spent some time in Sun Tzu's world of grand strategy. We've seen how it's all about planning, perception, and control. All right, let's bring this all back home and answer that original Reddit question by finally talking about the swordsman. And this, right here, is the absolute core of it. Sun Tzu is writing for the general who sees the whole battlefield from a mountaintop. His rules are broad, they're strategic, they're abstract. They have to be, because they apply to thousands of people. But Musashi, he's the warrior. He's writing about the duel. His insights are about the precise angle of your blade, the timing of a single footstep, the mastery of your own mind and body in the fire of combat. His work is tactical, it's personal, and it's deeply situational. And honestly,
This comment from that same Reddit thread just nails it. It's perfect. The reason Sun Tzu feels clearer is because his advice is designed as a high-level, abstract framework. Mushashi's wisdom gets clearer the closer you get to the actual fight. It's not that one is better than the other. They were just writing completely different manuals for two very different kinds of conflict. So there you have it, grand strategy versus personal mastery. We see why these two classics feel so different. And that leaves us with just one final question to think about for our own lives.
Seriously, think about the challenges you face every day. Do you need that big picture, long-term strategy of Sun Tzu to navigate your career, your finances, your big life goals? Or do you need the focused, in-the-moment mastery of Musashi to win those critical one-on-one interactions that happen every single day? Maybe, just maybe, the real secret is knowing when you need to be the general and when you need to be the warrior.